Hello colourists, I'm playing with the Derwent Drawing Pencils. Let's watch them out, make a picture and have a play. Hello lovely people, I have got the Derwent Drawing Pencils to test out today to see if they're any good or whether I recommend them in our colouring book world. So let's take a look. So we've got 24 pencils, which I believe is the full set at the moment. Now drawing pencils aren't specifically designed with colouring book enthusiasts in mind, but they are. Every single one of these pencils is highly lightfast. And I'm wondering if I'm going to get some more muted tones in this to fill in some of the gaps in the color wheels that I have at the moment with my existing pencils. They're supposed to be super, super soft. So let's open them up, swatch them out, and see what we think. Okay, so I've delicately ripped them open like a bag of chips. And here they all are. So, true to the standards of Derwent pencils, they have the nice large core size. Here's a color soft by comparison. They arrive, and you can even tell from the core diameter here that they're a nice wide core. They come just off sharp so that they don't chip away in the tin. So that's nice. And I'm not sure if they have any plans on releasing more colors in the future, but typically a new line will start with a selection of useful colors and then they usually expand on it. So if they do turn out to be popular, we may see more of these. So I'm going to swatch these out and see how they feel. They're supposed to be really, really soft. I think it's one of the softest pencils they have. So let's take a look. This one here is the light sienna. And that is definitely nice and smooth. I don't really have much tooth on this paper. This is just a sketchbook that I had to hand for the purpose of this. And what I will probably do is try to just stick to these colors and do a coloring page with only the colors here, but we'll see what colors we have. I may need to bring in a couple from elsewhere, but if I can avoid it, I will. So let me quickly swatch these all out, and then we'll see what colors we're dealing with. Right, so that's them all swatched out, and they did go down very, very smooth. So like I said, the appeal with these is the high light fast ratings. I believe that these are designed with people who sketch on the go or are more into sketching, perhaps than colorists like myself. And what we have here is a very earthy palette, which is what I was expecting. So we've got all the essential colors here. We've got warm grays, cold grays. We've got a couple of blacks. I know this one's called chocolate, but it's actually, I would say that's a very, very much of a black color. Ivory black is almost on the, to compare. Yeah, it's almost on the blue side of things, and this is on the brown side of things. Then we have some dusky kind of colors here, some plenty of browns of all types, a couple of greens, couple of blues. So definitely landscape pictures would work well with these. What else could you do? Certainly the grunge side of things, steampunk side of things, anything like that. So I'm trying to think of a picture in one of my books that I can test these out with, because obviously I'm going to want to test out blendability with the colors, erasability. So let me take a dark color and just do a quick, good bit of pressure there. Let's take an eraser. Do they erase? You can knock that back quite a bit with an eraser. So that's good. That's obviously one of the darker colors. So that's useful. Okay, so now before I go on to the coloring side of things with these pencils, I just wanted to show you, if you go to derwent.com and you go to About, and then you can find the product matrix. This is where you can find out more information about the pencils that we're using here. So the first page is sketching pencils, and then here's where it gets exciting. So we're onto our color pencil page. And here are our drawing pencils. And what I like about this is we have the drawing pencils that I'm showing you here today, but you can also compare them to all of the other coloring pencils in their line. So if we look at the texture, these are a creamy pencil. So they're not as soft as the color softs, but they're obviously, or are they? I'm not sure. The difference between soft and creamy right now, actually, now that I think about it. But here, we've got unique velvety finish and a natural color range, ideal for nature drawings. That's definitely true so far. It tells you that these are wax-based pencils, and you can see that all of these coloring pencils are wax-based, apart from the lightfast pencils, which are oil-based. You can see exactly how the diameter of the core and what shape the barrel is. So these are all round barrels apart from the metallics. These drawing pencils have a 5mm core, which is their largest core. So definitely they have way more product within them. There's only 24 colors available. The one thing just to point out here is, in fact, it's on the next page because they've also got their watercolor pencils. The one thing that's out of date here is the Inktense pencils. They now have 100 colors, but that's just an aside. I'm sure they'll get this updated soon. So we've got 24 colors here. You wouldn't necessarily use them with blending mediums. That's more for your oil-based pencils, but we know we can with wax-based pencils, so that could be an interesting test. But here we go. Here are the lightfast facts. 100% of the colors. So typically the lightfast colors are all 100%. All of their other colors have very high color fast ratings. The studio pencils, I think, are more of a student range, so you can expect them to be slightly less in color fastness. Let's compare blendability. So this is quite important for coloring people. Your 5 stars is the highest blendability, and that's the rating that you want, ideally, if you like the colors to blend together without having to rely on their translucency and layering for blending. So only, again, artist pencils and studio pencils have a lower blendability on that, but everything else that they have is very, very blendable. Erasability, so I just did a little test on that. They've given themselves a 2, so they admit that they are not the most erasable. So they're very almost permanent in that sense, and that's fine. Color intensity, so they are vibrant. They've given themselves a 4 out of 5 on that. But if you do want super vibrant colors, lightfast, pro color, and metallics, obviously metallics are their own thing because they are metallic based and have a nice sheen and shimmer to them. Layering, so how many layers can you make? And there's a side note here, best performance over 12 layers. So they've done their test based on 12 layers, and everything here is either a 5 or a 4 out of 5. Our drawing pencils have also got the 5 out of 5 for that. And then the point strength is how long does the point remain before it dulls and you need to sharpen it. That's quite important because a soft pencil typically likes to dull very, very quickly, which means you sharpen it more, which means you eat up your pencil faster. So you have to consider that when it comes to cost of pencils as well. And these ones actually surprisingly have 4 out of 5. And that surprises me because for a soft pencil, which they do feel this creamy feel that they have, you would expect that to be sharpened more often. To give you another illustration, if you compare to a Prismacolor, which is known for being super, super soft, it melts into your page very, very quickly, so you sharpen it very, very quickly. And that's one of the things that has upset people before, is because they feel like they're using a lot more pencil and not getting as much pencil for the money that they spent. So this is what it makes the drawing pencils quite special, because it's a very, very good pencil. It's almost a shame that there's only 24 colors. So again, I don't know if that's because they are a new line or a fairly new line, which they're going to hope to expand on in the future, or whether they are only able to acquire 24 pigments that stand up to the quality that they want for these drawing pencils, or maybe it's just a niche product. And then just in case you are interested, Derwent also have their watercolor pencils, Inktense pencils, and Graphitint pencils. But I really like this page. I just wanted to point you to this document so that you can have a look, because it can be confusing when you are shopping at pencils. If you think, oh, Derwent's a good brand, but then there's so many pencils, which are the good ones to get? It depends what feel and finish you're looking for. So take a little look and you can pick any one of these and probably be very happy. Obviously, pastel pencils are completely different because they are powder based, not wax or oil based. So back to my coloring. And here it is. Here's my finished colouring with the drawing pencils. I think I pretty much used every single colour in the whole tin. And I even used some pencil blending solution for the background, which worked really nice. They are really nice pencils to use. They're lovely and smooth. They only really break if you have a heavy pressure when they've just been sharpened. Otherwise, they don't make too much of a mess, which is quite nice. They smear a bit, so just watch your hands. And as you can see, the color palette is definitely of that neutral tones, but they blend beautifully. They're just a really nice pencil to work with. I tried doing some lines with the hair flicks, and they all retained themselves, so that stayed nice and firm for the point there. Which is quite impressive for a smooth pencil. So yeah, good job. Do you need those? I would be using these to complement the color palettes on my other pencils. Like, let's take a comparison here. So here's the Prismacolor chart. So you can see where they might fit in. Some extra colors, especially sort of in the grey areas. We've got some green greys. These are the Derwent Lightfast pencils. Here's the Colour Softs. So we definitely add to the Colour Soft range of colours. Here's the Luminance. So looking at these colours. probably some of these would be a nice addition. Here's how they sit with the polychromos. And then these are just my pastels, so not really a fair comparison. But nice set. So don't get these if you're building up colours, because you're obviously not going to get many. But to add them in for more muted tones and neutral colours to other ones where you want the high lightfast rating. So if you've got pencils and you're trying to build up your 100+ year lightfast rating collection and want more colours, then these lovely tones could add to that. There you go. Hope you enjoyed.